Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Charlie, your host of the Inner Circle podcast, and we are here for a special bonus episode today with the kickoff to a new month and kickoff to Pride Month. I am here to give you guys the top 10 best, hottest destinations of 2023 per Out Travel Magazine for you guys. If you're thinking about summer plans, thinking of where to go, especially in the States, you want to stay in the States, you're not trying to go too far or whatever. Here today, I'm giving you the top 10 best, hottest travel destinations per Out Magazine's Traveler Magazine edition. So I am here. I'm going to count down the top 10 of this summer. And first of all, happy Pride Month to everyone. Whenever you're watching this, if you're watching this after Pride Month, I mean, these destinations are still hot and available for you to go and scope out. So stay with me today while I count down and give you the top 10 places to go and travel to this summer. Let's kick this off, right? Let's kick things off with in no particular order. So there's no best to least or whatever type of thing. So don't worry, but we're gonna start off with number one places to go. And I have my notes here. California. California, yes, California is number one destination. And funny enough, your boy is experiencing Cali this month of June as well. You can wander amongst old growth trees in Redwood National and State Parks. There's Runyon Canyon, of course, the Hollywood Hills. You can't forget WeHo. Then there's also California is huge, as you guys know. There's San Francisco, which is such a huge city for that the gays love. We love it. I haven't been to San Francisco yet. I still can't wait, but I'll be hitting the LA area and the WeHo area and all that. There's so much history too. While the heart of LGBTQ plus is in Los Angeles, it beats West Hollywood. It pulses through the entire city, particularly in the neighborhoods of Silver Lake and downtown DTLA. So definitely check it out. Silver Lake has deep roots in queer history. Home to celebrated drag performers in the 1920s, the Madenites, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, society in the 50s, the Black Cat raids and following protests in the 60s, and leather bars in the 80s. Learn more queer history at One National Gay and Lesbian Archives and the June L. Major Lesbian Archives, Silver Lake's Casita menu for delicious foods. There's places to eat and all that stuff. So much to do in California. Look it up. Pull yourself away from the coast long enough to explore the city's desert community centered around Palm Springs. Can't forget Palm Springs. I'm telling you, there's so much to California. California is huge. So it's not only LA, it's not only San Francisco, Palm Springs, all through Cali. So where are you going in Cali this summer? I know we're hitting LA. We're hitting the WeHo area. We can't wait. I'm excited. I've been to California before, but I've been blessed to just go to Long Beach and San Diego. So I'm really going to experience Los Angeles this time for the first time. So I'm excited about that. California, number one place, according to our Traveler Magazine. Now, number two, I've been to this place, and boy, is it magical. Hawaii. Beckoning with beautiful beaches and rainforests and brimming with the indigenous history and culture, Hawaii tops many travelers' bucket lists. Now, with two volcanoes erupting simultaneously, Hawaii is also a huge draw for those who want to witness the earth at its most dynamic. If you are a nature lover, I'm telling you, Hawaii is a place to go. Yes, it could be a little pricey. Yes, it could be a long flight. But listen, it is worth every minute you're on that flight. It is worth every penny, if you ask me. It is so beautiful. The nature, the beaches, the coral reefs, the volcanoes, just everything. I myself, in Hawaii, when I went for back in 2020, before the pandemic, before shit hit the fan, I had the pleasure to go for my birthday, and I witnessed, while parasailing, or getting ready to parasail, a whale. I seen a damn whale, like live on the boat, like a big whale swim right by us. Now, I love free willies, but I was a little scared because those whales are big, and they could have easily gone under that boat we were in and just tipped us off. But I think too extra, too extreme. That's Charlie's mind right here. Sometimes I gotta ease it. But Hawaii, definitely a place to check out. I loved it. Honolulu's legendary gay nightlife spots include um, Bacchus, Waikiki, Scarlet, Honolulu, and Wang Chu's Karaoke Bar. The most Freaky Friday stages, drag performance, and shift openers, male dancers. Sorry if I'm my notes if I mispronounce some places and such. But yes, Hawaii number 2. Definitely, I've again had the pleasure to go, and it is so beautiful, so worth it. Now moving on to number 3, Massachusetts. Yes, Massachusetts, one of the first states that recognize same-sex marriage. Same-sex marriage. Yes, I have not been drinking, by the way. I don't have a drink. I'm like, same-sex marriage. So Massachusetts, it definitely has gone down in history for that. I remember being younger and Massachusetts being one of those first states in United States to recognize same-sex gay marriage, which was awesome to see. And Provincetown, who can forget about Provincetown? I had the pleasure of going to Provincetown way when I was younger, even before I was 21, and could, go to, the tea dances and the clubs and stuff. But I still have been to Provincetown a few times. Haven't been in a few years, but it is definitely a queer vacation spot and top sex wedding destination. Provincetown, like I said, gets all the attention. Gay parties happening almost every day in the summer, and the events draw tourists year around. The flamboyant carnival in August in Provincetown, it is big. It attracts about 90,000 people. Women's Week in October, the 7-day transgender festival and Fantasia Fair is the oldest in the U.S. And in December, the Santa Run features contestants sporting little more than bandana hammocks in the winter. So, and it gets cold in New England. I've lived in New England for a few years, so I know it gets cold. But yeah, there's so much more to do, from taking bike tours to just cultural things to do over there in Provincetown. It's a must check out. Plus, there's more. There's like the Berkshires and, just beautiful, just low key places just to have a beautiful time and serene and escape from it all, escape from the city. So, Massachusetts at number 3. Moving on to another place I'm from. I am from this place y tengo mucho orgullo that it's listed in this magazine for top 10 travel destinations for LGBTQ plus community this year. Puerto Rico, baby, number 4. Of course, I live there. Of course, I've been going to Puerto Rico every year for the since like 2015, I want to say 16. I'm going to Puerto Rico every year. So, this year I haven't gone yet. It's on the list. But American mainlanders are missing out on a rich piece of nation's culture and history if you haven't visited Puerto Rico. The U.S. territory is a hidden multicultural Caribbean jewel that's as exciting as Miami and as warm as Aruba. Outside of Key West, it's the most LGBTQ embracing island in the region, with multiple pride festivals and LGBTQ owned businesses than other Caribbean islands. And that is so true. We know that the islands of the Caribbean, it could be known for a little homophobia, but Puerto Rico is one of those I would say, one of the most gay-friendly islands in the Caribbean, if you ask me. Technically, Puerto Rico is an archipelago in the Northeast Caribbean. The mainland is the most think of when they hear Puerto Rico, but there are 4 smaller islands, including the gorgeous and less traveled Vieques and Culebra. Hundreds of tiny uninhabited islands also dot its Azores waters, as well as reefs of coral and sand. It's just so beautiful. Don't limit yourself to a resort pool, because there's so much more Puerto Rico you can explore. Culinary of rum tours, Old San Juan. Oh, I love Old San Juan. I used to fly kites over there when I was little. The city's many neighborhoods and thriving art scenes beckon, and revealing trips to the mangroves and bay on Isla Vente is enchanting. So just don't stay on the mainland. There's so much more to do and explore in Puerto Rico. Some of my favorite beaches, Gilligan's Island. If you have not been to Gilligan's Island, it's maybe a drive if you're staying in the mainland in San Juan. But boy, is it worth it. Gilligan's Island, My Chiquita, some of my favorites. Like I mentioned, Old San Juan. There's so much to do in Puerto Rico. There's the gay clubs as well. Number 4 on the list of top 10 travel destinations for LGBTQ plus this 2023. Moving on to number 5. Hello, I live here and I'm so proud to live here. New York. Hello. The history that we have here in New York when it comes to the gay community, from the Stonewall riots to so many people that have, the Marsha P. Of the world, and all the people that have led and have, basically carved a way for us today in history, the good fight, all held have held from New York. New York City is a living, breathing heart of the Empire State, and there's something here for everyone. Bring your walking shoes and stay hydrated, really, because you're gonna see it with the heat and with the hot people around. NYC requires stamina. It really does, especially during the hot and humid summer months. Start downtown and fortify yourself with a cup of Joe or tea from a local street vendor. Explore nearby. Check out Chelsea. We have Chelsea. We have the you know, what I wish I had Melanie here too. So if we have Chelsea, we have so much here in New York. Hell's Kitchen, that's what I was looking for. Hell's Kitchen, Harlem. There's so much in New York now. Brooklyn as well. People sleep on Brooklyn and how much gay spots and gay friendly also Brooklyn is. If you are looking for a travel destination, and then we have our pride, one of the biggest prides in the states that we have. So, New York City, of course, is number 5. A lot of people come over here because you could be yourself. I really feel like New York City is one of those cities that a lot of people move to, especially people who come to school over here, etc., or graduate high school, graduate college, and want to escape and really be themselves, whether straight or gay, just really uninhibitedly be themselves. New York City is one of those places I feel a lot of people do travel to and move to, because it's one of those cities that you could do just that. Be yourself. You want to wear some freaky, crazy outfit? New York City is the place for you. I'm telling you. So New York City, number 5. Moving on to our number 6. Believe it or not, I found this a little controversial that this was even on the list, but believe it or not, Florida. While Florida is regularly in the news for its anti-LGBTQ plus legislations, the state is still a playground for queer folks so far. That's because one of the most politically conservative states in the country is home to some of the gayest cities. Miami is considered a queer mecca and has boasted a gay nightlife scene since 1930s, currently attracting over 1 million LGBTQ plus visitors a year. The city holds multiple pride festivals, and the main one, hosted in Miami Beach, is a week long. It will be bigger than usual in 2023 as it marks its 15th anniversary. Other great places that prides are held are in Wynwood and Little Havana. Miami is also featuring some of the best drag performers in the country. Not only Miami is one of those gay meccas in Florida, but we also have Key West. People love Key West as well. Shout out to my boy Jason that lives in Key West. We also have Fort Lauderdale. Believe it or not, Fort Lauderdale is a smaller city, but one of Florida's most LGBTQ plus friendly, according to stats on same-sex marriage compiled by William Institute. Walton Manor comes second to only Provincetown for its percentage of queer couples in a mid-sized city. So again, although Florida is going through some crazy shit and some crazy laws with just all across, not only LGBTQ plus anti-laws, but all across, Florida is still number 6 as a travel destination this year for LGBTQ plus folks. Trucking on to number 7, Georgia. I get my pizzas down in Georgia. And yes, it is. Hello, all the gays that flock to Atlanta. You can't truly understand the civil rights movement in America until you've been to Georgia. Don't let the fact that the state is in the Bible Belt, as people, the LGBTQ plus folks in those blue bubbles need your money to keep fighting the good fight. And you find that Georgia is also one of the safest and most queer welcoming in the southern states, especially for Black LGBTQ plus folks. And they call it the Black Hollywood. Savannah is rooted in queer acceptance, according to Jose Harvey, the founder of the travel blog My Normal Gay Life. So while there are no neighborhoods, he says the city is so accepting of LGBTQIA plus people that residents and visitors can visit any bar without any fear of reprisal. If you recall, in the 1990s, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, a major studio film directed by Clint Eastwood, features a trans woman playing a trans woman, the legendary Labby Chablis. And in 1994, the city's female mayor declared it a safe haven for gays and lesbians. Atlanta also, that's Savannah, but then we have Atlanta has often been dubbed the LGBTQ plus capital of the South and has had the receipts to prove it. endless queer events, entertainment, festivals, bars, restaurants, and parties. Visit Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Park, King's childhood home, the historic sites where he led the demonstrations, and Ebenezer Baptist Church where he preached. The National Center for Civil and Human Rights is an emotive museum with powerful immersive exhibits that lead you to stand in the shoes of those protesters. Um, Sunday brunch with the Queens at Traffic is a must go. If you're in Atlanta, there's so much to do. Bulldogs, I mean, depending who you ask about Bulldogs to go over there, but there's so much to do in Atlanta, and again, for a southern state, it's a place that you shouldn't have that much fear of going to if you are in the community. Moving on to number 8. I haven't been to this one. I've been to all these places so far, but this is one I have not gone to yet. Oregon. There are so many reasons to love Oregon, including that it's home to many lesbians. It's nicknamed the Beaver State. Look at me. I'm learning some new things. Here's why it's great for the LGBTQ plus folks and adventurers of every stripe. The Oregon Zoo is in Portland has well treated and loved animals, delicious food, and fun events, especially zoo lights in winter and zoo concerts in the summer. Who doesn't love that? Another family fun event is going to Portland Thorns game. The National Women's Soccer League 2022 champions play at the Province Park. The team has several lesbian players, and their matches are very LGBTQ welcoming. Even the Portland Thorns scarves are rainbow. Theater lovers also flock to Oregon. There's so much to do. You can visit a Blue River in Oregon and follow Mackenzie River National Recreation Trail, the beautiful turquoise waters. Again, if you're a nature lover and an earth lover and just want to explore as well and be comfortable amongst, fellow LGBTQ plus explorers and nature lovers, Oregon is a place to go. Definitely check it out. And listen, if you want some good salmon, and I know my boyfriend loves some good salmon, you really want to try some fresh old style smoked salmon, stop under the bridge of the Interstate 84. Native American families who have fished the Columbia River for centuries sell some of what they catch, and it's very delicious. So definitely check it out. Oregon, I'm going to have to put it on my list and check it out because so far this has been the only place I have not been to. Louisiana, number 9. I've had the pleasure to go to Louisiana. New Orleans, anyways. Louisiana is home of one of the gayest cities on the planet, New Orleans. I've been several times. New Orleans has my heart. New Orleans is one of those places that I love to go to as well, and it just feeds my soul. The city itself has a rich 300-year history, but the state's indigenous communities go back far longer. New Orleans is a melting pot and is heavily shaped by the BIPOC who gave the city its jazz, Creole food, and air vibrancy. I mean, the food. If you love food, oh my God! I tried alligator for the first time in New Orleans. Yes, I did. Jazz music, so cool. The city has events taking place throughout the whole year, from Mardi Gras, as we know, plus the Halloween. Southern Decadence. Southern Decadence is a big one. I may go this year. I'm planning. Me and my boyfriend are talking about it. New Orleans is a haven for South Burgundian artists and creators, especially in the queer community. Pursue the galleries in the French Quarters and check out the local artists that gather at Jackson Square. If you're lucky, you might find yourself at a pop-up in the Marigny and Bywater neighborhoods. Gay playwright Tennessee Williams lived in the French Quarter and made the city the setting of plays like A Streetcar Named Desiree and Vieux Carré. I hope I pronounced that right. Those venturings outside of New Orleans into the surrounding deeply red countryside will pass beautiful wetlands on their way to the capital of Baton Rouge. And this thriving college town is generally filled with more progressive students from the local Louisiana State University. It has several gay bars. Visit the low-key George Palace for trivia nights, contests, and catch a Tigers football game, or hit a Splash nightclub for drag queen shows and parties. So that is number 9. And last but not least, I've been also to this state, to a city in particular, Illinois. Chicago is often viewed as the first true American city, having risen in a size. The notes are really small, people, so deal with me here. And importance as an astronomical pace during the 19th century, the result of its location at the hub and rail lines crossing the developing country, not even the Great Fire of 1871 could slow its growth. Thankfully, the city it's benefited from its wealthy philanthropists and visionaries, and now is home to some of the world's best museums. Chicago, there's Springfield as well, the capital to check out. Chicago has so much to offer. Just south of Chicago and Wilmette is the Baha'i House of Worship, the largest temple of faith ever constructed. Because of delays caused by the Great Depression and World War II, the temple took over 40 years to complete. The ornate dome has a stunning architectural design and is open daily to all for its contemplations to just marvel in the beauty. So number 10, Illinois. So there you go. We have Illinois, Louisiana, Oregon, Florida, Georgia, Puerto Rico, New York, Massachusetts, Hawaii, and California as the top 10 best U.S. places to go to this year, according to Out Traveler magazine. What are your thoughts on that? Is there any other ones that we missed here in the top 10 that are better and that should have been included in the list? Let us know in the comment. Hit us up on Instagram. Comment there. Comment in this section right here on YouTube. And catch us for more exclusive fun content to give you guys, whether it's about travel, because we're travel bloggers here. We love to travel. I love to travel and love to share it with you guys. Follow us on IG for that. We have more bonus stuff coming up. We have some cool content coming up from our California travel. That's going to be a surprise for you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, follow, share everything the Inner Circle Podcast. Tune in every Wednesday for new episodes of the Inner Circle Podcast live at 8 p.m. streaming the very next day on all your favorite platforms. I am Charlie, and I'm out.